Hello and welcome to Aarohan Coaching Institute. In our last lecture of Indian polity, we discussed the Charter Act of 1833. Those who haven't watched the video, please go and watch the video after completing this lecture. It will take just a few minutes and you will be able to understand it properly. In this video, we will discuss the Charter Act of 1853. If you still haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to it and give a thumbs up to the videos so that we know our videos are helping you in your preparations. So without any delay, let's get started. The Charter Act of 1853 was the last of the series of Charter Acts. The British Parliament passed multiple Charter Acts between 1793 and 1853. The Charter Act of 1853 was a significant constitutional landmark. To understand its significance, let's discuss the features of this act. For the first time, the legislative and executive functions of the Governor-General's Council were separated under this act. 6 new members were added to the Legislative Council and they were called Legislative Councillors. In simple terms, it established a separate Governor-General's Legislative Council which came to be known as the Indian Legislative Council or Central Legislative Council. This legislative wing adopted the same procedures as the British Parliament and functioned as a mini-parliament. Thus, legislation was treated as a special function of the government for the first time. It introduced an open competition system of the selection and recruitment of civil servants. The civil service was thus thrown open to the Indians also. The Macaulay Committee was appointed in 1854. Macaulay Committee of 1854 gave India her first civil service. This act removed the right of patronage to appointments in civil service held by the Court of Directors. The appointment was to be done only by open competition based on merit and was open to all. Thirdly, this act extended the company's rule and allowed it to retain the possession of Indian territories on behalf of the British Crown, but it did not specify any particular period, which was a clear indication that the company's rule could be terminated at any time the Parliament liked. Most importantly, it introduced local representation in the Indian Legislative Council for the first time. As we have learned in the first point that 6 new members called Legislative Councillors were added to the Governor-General's Council. Of the 6 new members, 4 members were appointed by the local or provincial governments of Madras, Bombay, Bengal and Agra. Now let's look at the key points of this act. Firstly, the legislative and executive functions of the Governor-General's Council were separated. Secondly, it established a separate Governor-General's Legislative Council, known as the Indian Legislative Council. Thirdly, it introduced an open competition system of selection for civil services. Local representation in the Indian Legislative Council was introduced. So that's it for this video. Please go and watch other videos that we have uploaded and kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel so that we know our videos are helping you in your preparations. That's all for now. Thank you so much.